Hi there and welcome back to the Ballman Motors channel. So in today's video I wanted to do a little video on my QuickJack ramps that I purchased a couple months ago, and I've been using them quite a bit here for the YouTube channel. So I'm in the process right now of filming the straight pipe video that I did here on my 2001 E55. So I thought, well, I'll also go ahead and record a little review for you of my thoughts on the QuickJack, how easy it's been to use, and would I recommend buying one. So stay tuned. Here I have the 5000 SLX models, and I also have the extension arms because I have a Z3, so I wanted the short ones, and I needed the extension arms for the two AMG E55s. I got the 5,000 pound model because to me having extra capacity is always better, and also the AMGs are rated about 4,000 pounds, so the little 3,500 pound model wouldn't have quite cut it. So a lot of people have had issues over the past couple of years, if you look on their YouTube page and reviews, with proper shipments of orders and getting what they need, and mine was no exception. So I ordered the 12 volt version, they sent me the 110 volt version, and then it was missing this air valve right here that is hooked to this air cylinder that is used to retract the cylinder as you're trying to bleed it. Now if you're bleeding these things, if you've bled car brakes before, it's pretty much a similar process. It's pretty easy, anybody can do it. Now I ended up going to Ace Hardware and picked that up for $4 because I didn't want to wait on the 2-week slow shipping that they provide. I usually give companies a break if they mess something up and they're willing to fix it, and this is no exception. They do seem to always fix it. But if it's been 2 or 3 years and you're still shipping out units that are incomplete and still have problems with shipping your order, then that's not a favorable look in my opinion.
I make videos on my German cars, so please consider subscribing if you'd like to see more about them. I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, moving on. Let me go ahead and get these set up on the car and we'll get this lifted. So what I usually do is I back up the car first, and then I place the two jacks to the side, get everything lined up, hook up all the hydraulic hoses. These hoses have these safety collars that have a little ball here that you have to line up in order to connect and disconnect them. I find these to be a general pain as the hoses always like to rotate and then it never lines up, so you always kind of have to fiddle to try to get the quick connects apart. All right, now once I go ahead and get everything lined up, I do a small little test list, just put a little pressure to make sure all the rubber blocks are meeting the car point where they need to be at the jack points. This video is not all about the safety and all the little nitty-gritties of what you need to know. Definitely refer to documentation and the QuickJack videos for that. This is just more about my experience. But anyways, once I lift it up, I go ahead and lock it down onto the bars, so the weight of the vehicle is actually resting on the locking bars and not so much the actual hydraulic hoses. So that's the safer way to do it, so that way if the hydraulic hoses were to blow out, then you don't have a car dropping on you. So good to go. Other than that, I've had no issues with this thing in the actual operation. The pump has worked flawlessly. The hoses, everything's been good. I have a small leak on one hose. That's certainly my fault because I had to connect all of these and put the Teflon tape on the end, and I need to take this one apart and redo it. As I'm editing this video, I also wanted to interject real quick that I do wish it had some sort of cable management system here for the pump, because these things just kind of go everywhere. And also the weight, the sheer weight, 78 pounds per side, and then plus 38 pounds for the extension bar. So you're trying to slide, if you're using both, at 116 pounds of pure friction as you're trying to slide this thing around. So that's probably about the biggest pain of the whole setup. So would I recommend buying it? Well, if you're the type of guy to do light maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tire changes, light suspension work, things like that, then yeah, you probably don't need to buy this. I've got about $1,800 invested in this. I do feel like I should have had a better overall experience for spending the amount of money that someone might spend on a project car, but if you are the type of guy like me who's doing exhaust, clutch work, transmission drops, and a whole, and extensive suspension mods and things like that, then I definitely recommend these. It's one of those things that there's not, in my opinion, a better competitor on the market, so I'm going to go ahead and recommend it for that use. So just know going into it that you might have to overcome a few hurdles, but once you get it all set up, so far I've done about 40 to 50 lifts, and it is the same as the first lift. It's been very reliable, and I'm not having any issues with it. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy your rides and this little mini review as much as I do mine, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.